Johnny Rock Show. Rockin' 101, the Rock Station.
8:30. It's okay. 8:30, the Johnny Rock Show. Don't you cry. Because pop culture historian Chris Epting is on the phone, I think. Rockin' 101, you're on the air. Please don't swear. Is this Chris?
Yeah.
Good morning. Where are you calling from, Chris?
I am in Long Beach, California.
All right. Well, welcome to the Johnny Rock Show. This is great. Your book and your background, something to be proud of here. Author of It Happened Right Here, America's Pop Culture Landmarks. Now, I posted on Facebook the photo of Napoleon Dynamite's house, right?
Yeah, that's in Preston, Idaho. And I went there because that's for me, I love film locations, and there's a whole chapter in the book about film locations. And Preston is where the film was shot. I love Napoleon Dynamite. My kids love that movie. And my daughter and I took a road trip there as part of this book research, and we visited every spot. They were all in the book, and it was really a fun way to re-experience that film, right down to going and playing tetherball on the school playground, which we did. It's still there. You can go visit it. Directions are in the book.
That's great. Yeah, I mean, we can always go to Disney World or Universal, but this is something that really is unique and affordable, right?
I tried to structure this. Yeah, to your point, there's always going to be great theme parks and wanted to visit. I tried to structure this in a way where most every place you go doesn't really cost you anything. I mean, I wanted it to be kind of a fun road trip experience. It wasn't going to hurt the wallet. And so a lot of these places are things just you can go up to. Obviously there's restaurants and things, but in general, yeah, these are places that aren't going to cost you anything, and you can just go stand there and great photo ops to kind of stand next to things that you know from films or television shows or just from the headlines from the past 100-some-odd years. All the events that make this country what it is, from where things were discovered and invented to even modern day things like, locations from shows like Stranger Things and Mrs. Maisel. So, we definitely live in a streaming culture today. I wanted to acknowledge the modern pop culture landmarks. So those are there too.
Being located in Minnesota, much like a native New Yorker that never went to the Empire State Building, there's a lot of Minnesotans that have never been to Paisley Park. You talk about Prince and all his connections here, right?
And what you said is so true. I grew up in New York, and it's like, why go see the Statue of Liberty? I'll wait till some cousin comes and visits. He'll drag me there. We oftentimes don't explore our own backyard, and there's a whole sub-chapter on Prince. I'm a big Prince fan. I know what his legacy is like in your neck of the woods. And so, yeah, we document everything from where he recorded, where he went to high school, Paisley Park, of course. Same thing with Bob Dylan. We traced Dylan's footsteps through the state and into New York City and everything. So, yeah, it's an opportunity to connect the dots and bring icons like Prince and Bob Dylan to life in a new way by using their geography to help people go there and experience what their legacies are all about.
Our guest is pop culture historian Chris Epting, author of It Happened Right Here, America's Pop Culture Landmarks. Get it wherever you get your books. What would be some of the, no spoilers, but rifle off a few of the biggies that Mr. and Mrs. Middle American can go find?
Listen, you can go stand at the exact location, the intersection of highways 46 and 43, where James Dean sadly perished in 1955. New York City, you can go stand on the actual subway grate that Marilyn Monroe's dress billowed up in the 7-Year Itch. You can go sit down in Buffalo and enjoy where buffalo wings were essentially created. You can visit the cornfield where a crop dusting plane chased Cary Grant in North by Northwest. I mean, it really is. I wanted this to be the most exhaustive book of this kind in terms of travel and history and giving people an opportunity to really visit, anything that touched their heart and soul growing up, whether it was the Brady Bunch or the Andy Griffith Show or where the cheeseburger was invented.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I years ago, I went to London and it wasn't cheap, but I'm a Beatles nut, so I went on the Magical Mystery Tour in Liverpool. You take a train. Yeah, you go on this thing. But you never know. I guess I'm bringing that up because halfway through the tour, I thought these two guys in the bus were making stuff up. They're like, here's where Ringo Starr once bought an ice cream. It's like, how do you know if it's real?
Well, listen, I'm a journalist at heart, and I've made my living as a journalist for years. I'm all about double and triple sourcing, so I take this stuff seriously, you know. And I have a lot of Beatle locations in the book as well. Their first show in America, where George stayed with his sister when he visited before any of the other Beatles, before they were famous. And again, I take research very seriously, and you know, and to that end, you can rest assured that every place in this book, I don't have where Ringo ate an ice cream cone, but I do have the bedroom where John and Yoko camped out and did their bed in for peace in Toronto. So There's a lot of cool rock and roll stuff in here as well.
Yeah. I also did the tour of London, and that was rather dark. They stopped at an alley and said, right down here is where Marianne Faithfull used to score her heroin. I kid you not, but, you know, that wasn't for the kids, so.
No, but you know what? Listen, my book also spans, you know, sublime to the ridiculous to the dark. You know, there's a lot of crime scenes in there. There's a lot of things that are part, sadly, of the cultural experience that I think you've got to put in there. And people have a fascination with things like true crime. To go stand in the alley, you know, where Dillinger got it, where Bonnie and Clyde were taken out. You know what I mean? Those are all part of the American mythology. So those are all in the book as well.
Well, congratulations. It's fascinating. Pop culture historian Chris Epting. His book, get it wherever you get your books. It happened right here, America's pop culture landmarks. Get out there and see the amazing sights that only you can list, Chris. Thanks, and come on back to the Johnny Rock Show anytime, all right?
Anytime, Johnny. Thank you so much.
The Johnny Rock Show, Rockin' 101, the Rock Station.